Good morning everyone. This is class 12th, subject chemistry, chapter number 12, aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids, lecture number 5. In this lecture, I will be discussing reactions due to alpha hydrogens of aldehydes and ketones, electrophilic substitution reactions, uses of aldehydes and ketones, and at the end, I will discuss homework solution of lecture number 4. Besides the nucleophilic addition to the carbonyl group, another important characteristic of carbonyl compounds is the acidity of hydrogen atom present on the carbon next to the carbonyl group. Here, in aldehydes and ketones, the carbon which is attached next to the carbonyl group, that is known as alpha carbon, and the hydrogen atoms attached to the alpha carbons are known as alpha hydrogens. These alpha hydrogens are acidic in nature, and the acidity of alpha hydrogen atoms of carbonyl compounds is due to the strong electron withdrawing effect of the carbonyl group and resonance stabilization of the conjugate base. This carbonyl group has strong electron withdrawing effect. Due to strong electron withdrawing effect of this carbonyl group, it withdraws electron density from the adjacent carbon, that is from the adjacent carbon-carbon bond. This makes alpha carbon electron deficient, as in this case this carbon is alpha carbon and these three hydrogen atoms are alpha hydrogen atoms. Due to strong electron withdrawing effect of this carbonyl group, it withdraws electron density from this carbon-carbon bond, and this makes alpha carbon electron deficient. Now this alpha carbon withdraws electron density from this carbon-hydrogen bond. As a result, the electron density in carbon-hydrogen bond decreases, or you can see that the alpha hydrogens are weakly held, hence can be easily abstracted by strong bases, giving enolate ion. This is the structure of enolate ion. So due to the strong electron withdrawing effect of this carbonyl group, it withdraws electron density from this carbon-carbon bond, which makes this alpha carbon electron deficient. Now this alpha carbon withdraws electron density from this carbon-hydrogen bond, and this carbon-hydrogen bond is weak, and this hydrogen is weakly held by this alpha carbon. Now this hydrogen can be easily abstracted by base, which results in the formation of enolate ion. Now this enolate ion is resonance stabilized. This negative charge is shifted here, and due to high electronegativity of oxygen, the pi bond is shifted on oxygen, and this is the resonance stabilized form of enolate anion. So due to strong electron withdrawing effect of carbonyl group, the hydrogen attached to the alpha carbons are acidic in nature. Now next is reactions due to acidity of alpha hydrogens, that is aldol condensation reaction. Aldol condensation reaction. Aldehydes and ketones having at least one alpha hydrogen undergoes a reaction in presence of dilute alkali as catalyst to form beta hydroxyaldehydes, or known as aldol. In case of aldehydes, it is beta hydroxyaldehydes, aldol, and in case of ketones, it is beta hydroxyketones or ketol, and this is known as aldol reaction. So the condition for aldol condensation is aldehydes and ketones having at least one alpha hydrogen and in presence of dilute alkali. Then aldehydes and ketones will undergo aldol condensation reaction. Here is one example. Reaction of ethanol in presence of dilute NaOH results in the formation of 3-hydroxybutanol, that is aldol, and on heating this aldol, water molecule is lost, and here aldol condensation product is formed, that is but2-enol. Now here in this case, this aldehyde is having 1 alpha carbon, and the hydrogen which are attached to this alpha carbon are alpha hydrogen. So in this case, in case of ethanol, there are 3 alpha hydrogen. In presence of dilute alkali, one of the alpha hydrogen is abstracted by this base, which results in the formation of enolate ion, and then aldol is formed. Heating of aldol results in the formation of aldol condensation product by the removal of water molecule. So here is the mechanism of this reaction. Let us understand with the help of one example the mechanism of aldol condensation reaction. Here ethanol undergoes condensation reaction, aldol condensation reaction, and results in the formation of aldol condensation product. So the condition for aldol condensation is the aldehyde or ketones is having at least 1 alpha hydrogen. So here in this case, this carbon is alpha carbon, and here 3 alpha hydrogens are attached to this alpha carbon. So first step is, in presence of dilute alkali, in presence of base, this base abstract this alpha hydrogen, and this carbon hydrogen bond pair electron is shifted on this carbon and results in the formation of enolate ion. So in first step, in presence of dilute alkali, hydrogen, that is alpha hydrogen, is abstracted by this base and results in the formation of this enolate ion. Now this enolate ion is resonance stabilized. In the second step, this enolate ion or this will attack on the second molecule of ethanol. The attack takes place on the carbonyl carbon of the second molecule of ethanol. So this negative charge attack on this carbonyl carbon, as this is electrophilic in nature, and the bond pair of electron, this is the pi bond, is shifted on this oxygen, and here this aldol is formed. Now on heating this aldol, water molecule is lost and aldol condensation product is formed. So the condition for aldol condensation is aldehydes or ketones is having at least 1 alpha hydrogen, and in presence of dilute NaOH or KOH, that is in presence of dilute alkali and presence of alpha hydrogen, only those aldehydes and ketones will undergo aldol condensation reaction. So here reaction is taking place between two ethanol molecule, and this is known as self-aldol condensation reaction. Next is cross-aldol condensation reaction. When aldol condensation is carried out between two different aldehydes or ketones, then it is called cross-aldol condensation reaction. Here the example is written: reaction of ethanol with propanol in presence of dilute alkali results in the formation of 4 products. So here 2 products are formed from self-aldol condensation and 2 products are formed by cross-aldol condensation reaction. So in case of this example, that is when the reaction takes place between 2 different aldehydes or between 2 different ketones, then 4 products are formed, or you can see that in those cross-aldol condensation takes place and the products will be different than self-aldol condensation product. So here in this example 4 products are formed. So let us understand by the mechanism that how the 4 product formation takes place in this example. So first, self-aldol condensation takes place between ethanol and ethanol. So here this carbon is alpha carbon and these 3 hydrogens are alpha hydrogen. We can write this structure as CH3CHO. In presence of base, this hydrogen is abstracted and this will form. Now, this negative charge will attack on the carbonyl carbon of second ethanol molecule, which results in the formation of this aldol, and removal of water from this aldol results in the formation of this product. Now here two possibilities are there. Either we can remove OH from this side and hydrogen from this side, or OH from this carbon and hydrogen from this carbon. Now this H2O is removed in such a way so that the resultant product formed is resonance stabilized with this carbonyl group. So here the structure is resonance stabilized. We can draw the resonating structure CH3, CH. Now this is shifted to this. So this will form when we shift this double bond in between this carbon-carbon atom, and this bond is shifted on this oxygen. Now here this double bond and this carbonyl group, they are in conjugation, and this is more stable. So always remove water from that side, or always remove water in such a way that the double bond between carbon-carbon and the carbonyl group both are in conjugation with each other. Second product is self-aldol condensation of propanol. So here in this case, the carbon which is attached to this carbonyl group, that is alpha carbon. So here this carbon is alpha carbon, and here two hydrogens are alpha hydrogen. In presence of dilute NaOH, this base abstract one of the alpha hydrogen and this will form. Now this negative charge will attack on the carbonyl carbon of next propanol molecule, results in the formation of this aldol, and on heating there is a loss of water molecule and results in the formation of this aldol condensation product. Now third is cross aldol condensation reaction. Now here in presence of base, this alpha hydrogen is abstracted from this alpha carbon, results in the formation of the phenolate ion. Now this negative charge attack on the carbonyl carbon of propanol. Here cross aldol condensation is taking place, that is the reaction between two different aldehydes or two different ketones. So here in this case, first step is abstraction of proton or abstraction of alpha hydrogen from this ethanol, results in the formation of this, and now this negative charge attacks on the different aldehyde molecule, that is on propanol, results in the formation of this aldol. On heating, water molecule will be lost, and here this aldol condensation product is formed. This double bond and this carbonyl group both are in conjugation with each other. Now fourth product is abstraction of proton from propanol and then attack on the ethanol molecule. So here this carbon is alpha carbon and the hydrogen atoms attached to this alpha carbon are alpha hydrogen. So here in propanol there are two alpha hydrogen. So in presence of dilute alkali, this base abstract one of the alpha hydrogen, results in the formation of this enolate ion, and this is resonance stabilized. Now this negative charge present on this carbon attacks on the carbonyl carbon of ethanol, results in the formation of this aldol, and on heating water molecule will be lost, and here this product is formed. So when two different aldehydes or ketones undergoes aldol condensation reaction, in that case self-aldol as well as cross-aldol, both the products are formed. So here one more example is written, reaction of aldehyde, benzaldehyde and acetophenone. Now in case of benzaldehyde there is no alpha hydrogen. So base cannot abstract proton from this aldehyde. Only the abstraction of proton takes place in acetophenone. Here this carbon is alpha carbon, this carbon is also alpha carbon, but this does not contain any alpha hydrogen. So this base abstract proton from this alpha carbon and results in the formation of this. Now this negative charge attacks on the carbonyl carbon of benzaldehyde, and here this aldol is formed. Removal of water from this aldol on heating results in the formation of this product. This is the aldol condensation product of benzaldehyde and acetophenone. So this is all about aldol condensation reaction, self-aldol and cross-aldol condensation reaction. Next reaction is Cannizzaro reactions. Aldehydes which do not have an alpha hydrogen atom undergo self-oxidation and reduction reaction on treatment with concentrated alkali. So aldehydes which do not have alpha hydrogen, they undergoes Cannizzaro reaction, and the product is self-oxidation and reduction product. So here methanol, in case of methanol there is no alpha carbon and therefore no alpha hydrogen is present in methanol. So reaction of methanol with concentrated KOH results in the formation of methanol and potassium formate, that is salt of formic acid. Methanol, which is also known as formaldehyde. So reaction of formaldehyde with concentrated KOH. So formaldehyde reduces to methanol, and the oxidation of formaldehyde results in the formation of potassium formate, that is the corresponding salt of formic acid. So here self-oxidation and reduction is taking place and these two products are formed. Next example is reaction of benzaldehyde with concentrated NaOH. Now again in benzaldehyde there is no alpha hydrogen, this is alpha carbon, but here no hydrogen is present. So in case of benzaldehyde no alpha hydrogen is present, therefore it can undergo Cannizzaro reaction. So benzaldehyde on treatment with concentrated NaOH results in the formation of benzyl alcohol, this CHO reduced to CH2OH. This is the reduction product, and the CHO oxidized to COOH, but the sodium salt of this acid will form, that is sodium benzoate. So in case of Cannizzaro reaction the conditions are aldehydes which do not have alpha hydrogen and in presence of concentrated NaOH or KOH results in the formation of alcohol and the corresponding salt of the acid, that is self-oxidation and reduction products are formed. Whereas in case of aldol condensation the condition is the aldehyde or ketone should have at least one alpha hydrogen, and in presence of dilute NaOH aldol condensation takes place. So this is all about aldol condensation and Cannizzaro reaction. Now third is electrophilic substitution reaction. As we know that CHO group is deactivating group. It withdraws electron density from benzene ring and therefore electron density on benzene ring decreases. So here if we do the electrophilic substitution reaction of benzaldehyde, here HNO3 and H2SO4 is used. So the electrophile is NO2 positive. Now when deactivating group is placed on benzene ring, then substitution will take place at meta position. So here when CHO group is attached to this benzene ring, this is deactivating group and therefore electrophile will substitute at meta position. So with respect to this CHO group, this is ortho position, this is meta position. So in presence of HNO3 and H2SO4, the electrophile generated is NO2 positive and it will substitute at meta position. That is meta-nitrobenzaldehyde is formed. The CHO group is deactivating group and therefore it will substitute electrophile at meta position. Now if this phenol is given and HNO3 in presence of H2SO4 is used, as we know that OH is a strongly activating group and it will substitute electrophile at ortho and para position. So whenever activating group is placed on benzene ring, that will substitute that will substitute electrophile at ortho and para position, and whenever any deactivating group like CHO is present on benzene ring, so it will substitute electrophile at meta position. So here in benzaldehyde, meta product is formed, whereas in case of phenol the product is NO2 will attach on this para position, and here also ortho product is formed. So whenever any strongly activating group is placed on benzene ring, it will substitute electrophile at ortho and para position, and whenever any deactivating group is placed on benzene ring, that will substitute product at meta position. So this is all about the reactions of aldehydes and ketones. Now next is uses of aldehydes and ketones. Uses of aldehydes and ketones. They are used as solvents. Formaldehyde is well known as formalin. 40% solution is used to preserve biological specimens and to prepare bakelite, glues and other polymeric products. Bakelite is a polymer. So this formaldehyde is used in making bakelite, glues and other polymeric products. CH3CHO, that is acetaldehyde or ethanol, is used primarily as starting material in the manufacture of acetic acid, ethyl acetate, polymers and drugs. So this acetaldehyde is used as a starting material in the manufacture of acids, ethyl acetate, polymers and drugs. And benzaldehyde is used in perfumery and in dye industries. Many aldehydes and ketones, for example butyraldehyde, vanillin, acetophenone, etc. are well known for their odors and flavors. So this is all about uses of aldehydes and ketones. So after doing this, you can solve NCERT in text question number 12.4 and 12.5 and NCERT exercise 12.7, 8, 9 and 10. Now I will be discussing the homework solution of lecture number 4. First is predict the products formed when cyclohexane carbaldehyde reacts with the following reagents. So this is the structure of cyclohexane carbaldehyde. Reaction of cyclohexane carbaldehyde with phenyl magnesium bromide followed by hydrolysis. So this is the reaction of carbonyl compound with Grignard reagent. So this R negative, this will attack on this carbonyl carbon and here this adduct is formed. Hydrolysis of this adduct results in the formation of this alcohol. So this is the reaction of cyclohexane carbaldehyde with phenyl magnesium bromide followed by hydrolysis. Next is reaction of cyclohexane carbaldehyde with Tollens reagent. So here the CHO converts to carboxylate ion and the silver is deposited in the reaction mixture and it shines like a mirror. So this is the reaction of cyclohexane carbaldehyde with Tollens reagent. Next is reaction of cyclohexane carbaldehyde with semicarbazide. This is the formula for semicarbazide. Now here this nitrogen will attack on this carbonyl carbon because this nitrogen, that is the lone pair of electron of this nitrogen, is not available for the attack because these are involved in the resonance with this carbonyl group. So here this nitrogen will attack on this carbonyl carbon and here the semicarbazone of cyclohexane carbaldehyde is formed. Reaction of cyclohexane carbaldehyde with excess of ethanol. So here in this case acetal is formed. This is the example of nucleophilic addition reaction. So here this product is formed. Next is reaction of cyclohexane carbaldehyde with zinc amalgam in dilute HCl. So this is the reduction of carbonyl group. This converts to hydrocarbon and here the CHO converts to CH2. So here this hydrocarbon is formed. Question number 13. Give simple chemical test to distinguish between following pairs of compounds. First is propanol and propanone. So we can distinguish between propanol and propanone by Tollens test. propanol will give positive tolerance test, whereas propanone will not give positive tolerance test. Here is the reaction of propanol with tolerance reagent. The CHO converts to carboxylate ion, and here the silver is deposited in the reaction mixture, and it shines like a mirror, and this test is also known as silver mirror test. So propanol will give positive tolerance test, whereas propanone will not give positive tolerance test. Next is acetophenone and benzophenone. So this is the structure of acetophenone, and benzophenone is two benzene rings are attached with carbonyl group. So this we can distinguish by iodoform test. Here in acetophenone, this terminal COCH3 group is there. This converts to iodoform, and yellow precipitates are obtained in case of acetophenone. Whereas in case of benzophenone, there is no terminal COCH3, therefore it will not give positive iodoform test. Third is pentane 2-on and pentane 3-on. Similarly, we can distinguish pentane 2-on and pentane 3-on by iodoform test. Pentane 2-on will give positive iodoform test, whereas pentane 3-on does not. Here is the structure of pentane 2-on, CH3CO, CH2, CH2, CH3. So in case of pentane 2-on, terminal COCH3 is present, and therefore it will give positive iodoform test. Whereas in case of pentane 3-on, the structure is CH3CH2 CO CH2 CH3. It does not have terminal COCH3, therefore iodoform test is not positive for pentane 3-on. Fourth is benzaldehyde and acetophenone. So these can be distinguished by tolerance test. Benzaldehyde gives positive tolerance test, whereas acetone does not. Fifth is ethanol and propanol. So this can be distinguished by iodoform test. In case of, this is the structure of propanol, and here the structure for ethanol is CH3CHO. Now in case of aldehydes, tolerance test and Fehling test both are given, or both are positive for these two aldehydes. So we cannot use tolerance and Fehling test for the distinguish of ethanol and propanol. Iodoform test is used for the distinguish of ethanol and propanol. Now in case of ethanol, it is having terminal COCH3. So it will give positive iodoform test, and yellow precipitate of iodoform is obtained in case of ethanol. Whereas in case of propanol, it does not have COCH3 terminal, therefore this iodoform test is not positive for this propanol. So for the distinguish of ethanol and propanol, iodoform test is done. Ethanol gives positive iodoform test, whereas propanol does not. So this is all about the homework solution of lecture number 4. Thank you. Please like and subscribe.